course, my assistant with his fresh haircut is here. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started on the back. So I could just work a little bit on the back, and I'll work a little bit on the core too, because that's often interlinked, and it's a nice thing to kind of start to get that heat going for spring. Yeah. Oh, I'm a little sore today, just so I'm kind of groaning. So whenever you feel ready, feel free to come all the way onto your back, and you can have your feet about mat width apart, knees together, soles of your feet together, knees apart, Shavasana style, whatever that feels the best to you. And you can add little movements, big movements. But for the first few breaths, just keep your eyes closed and start to breathe. Yeah, you're not manipulating the breath. You're not trying to control it anyway. You're just starting to observe it. And then here you might start to, again, observe how you feel physically. So take a really nice expansive belly breath here, opening up the belly. And then as you exhale, release. So you can let out a sigh, you can let out any sounds. You're all muted, so we're not going to hear. Which is kind of the beauty of Zoom, right? So take one more deep inhale, and then exhale through the mouth. Relaxing around the throat, relaxing around your jaws. And slowly, as you're ready, set your feet down onto the floor. Your feet can be about mat width apart, knees towards each other, and start to windshield wiper your knees side to side. Yeah, this movement can start out small, and then you can make this movement gradually bigger and bigger. Then I'm going to add on the pancake movement here. So you can bring your palms upwards. Yeah, so up towards the ceiling. And then now as you exhale, bring your knees right back center. Flip your right palm down as your knees go towards the left. Turn your head to the left. Inhale, come back center, knees center, palms up. Exhale, flip your left palm down as you turn your head and your knees to the right. Come back center. Exhale, right palm down, knees and head turn to the left. And just continue here. So you're just starting out quite slowly. As usual, if there's one side that you need to stay in a little bit longer, definitely feel free to stay there. Next time as you come back center, you can go a little bit quicker with the knees side to side. And if you want to add on a different area of the shoulders, either clasp your hands or reach it up towards the ceiling, and then just move your arms and your knees in the opposite direction. that doesn't work, as usual, take hold of opposite elbows. Just move a little bit side to side. And then slowly, as you come right back center, gather your knees to your chest this next time and start to circle your knees together in the same direction here first. And again, low back, sacral release. So this is basically child's pose on your back. And then reverse. Then slowly, as you come back center, inhale, extend your feet and your arms towards the ceiling. Exhale, rebend. Inhale, up towards the ceiling. Exhale, rebend. Don't worry about straightening out your legs, especially if your hamstrings are not very cooperative right now. Next time, inhale, reach your arms and your feet up towards the ceiling. Start to circle your wrists, circle your ankles, flex point your toes. And this next time, bring your hands behind your thighs. So you'll bring your legs together, and then this next inhale, open your feet just a little bit, about hip width apart. You don't have to go any further than that. And then exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. If this is in any way starting to strain your low back, just bend your knees a little bit more and kind of do a little bit more of like a happy baby-ish pose. Yeah, and then eventually from here, you can hold your knees out wide, legs extended or bent, and just move a little bit side to side. Again, try not to lock out your knees. Keep a soft bend either way. Okay, and then from here, you're going to set your feet down, feet hip width and parallel, hands by your sides. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, release right back down. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, release right back down. So if your shoulders are feeling pretty tight right now, just reach it up towards the ceiling, release it down, and then gradually increase this range of motion. But if your shoulders are feeling fine, then some of you are probably going to be able to reach it up overhead, no problem. And then now you're going to add on the little movement with the low back. So inhale, as you lift your arms up overhead, your low back is going to be in the neutral position. Okay. And then now as you exhale, bring your hands down, press your low back down onto the floor. So you're not pressing so much that your hips are lifting off the ground. Take it out of your glutes. Yeah. It's a little bit more into the core. And then inhale, just bring your low back into a neutral position as your arms lift. Arms release down, press your low back down onto the floor. And then just continue here. It's a really subtle movement, so you're probably not really going to be able to see me do it. So just feel it out. It's a little bit more of a stretch for the low back. Okay, just one more. Inhale up, and then exhale. And once you're here, bring your low back into a neutral position, right ankle right above your left knee. Just move a little bit side to side. Okay, and then gradually, you can stay right here, or you can start to draw your left knee towards your chest, interlace your hands behind your left thigh, or take hold of a strap, yeah, and you can place it across the arch of your left foot. And then from here, you can start to extend your left leg towards the ceiling and then just continue to move. Here, just be aware that you're not straining where this is happening. If that is happening where your head is coming off the ground, place a pillow or a blanket right underneath your head and maybe try bending your left knee. Because all of these are just options. And you want to pick the option that works best for you. And that might be different from the option that you picked last week or even yesterday. Rebend your left knee and set it right back down onto the ground, and you'll switch a left ankle right above your right knee and just move a little bit side to side. Good, and then gradually pick a variation that works for you. So that might mean extending your right foot up towards the ceiling, keeping your right foot down onto the floor. I would say just try it out and see what works for you on this side. Yeah, reaching a leg up and down, great, especially your right leg up and down, great option too, because that'll continue to open up into the hamstrings. Perfect, and then this next time, bend both knees and just gather them in towards your chest once again. And this time, one hand on each knee, you're going to circle your knees away from each other. Yeah, so think of it almost like you're circling into the hip socket. And reverse this movement. And then we'll do this little movement that we've been doing last few weeks. Yeah, so as you bring your knees in, you'll just be rocking side to side. So first your right knee comes down and then your left knee follows and your upper body follows. Inhale, you're going to come right back up as your knees come apart and bring your left knee down, right knee follows. Then just continue to go side to side just like this. Very much a developmental pattern. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, it's also a great stretch for the hips. Because just starting out with small movements and moving from there, being very deliberate with it, it will start to stretch out into the muscles, yeah. And it'll feel much better once you are going to hold it. Okay, we'll just do one more to the right and then one more to the left. Perfect. And then slowly as you come right back center, doing a little more linear movement. So bring your feet hip width and parallel, hands right by your side. This time adding on the bridge with a bridge flow. So as you inhale, lift your arms up overhead, your hips will lift. And as you exhale, you're gonna bring your hands down, hands and hips will land down to the ground at the same time. Inhale, lift your hips, lift your arms all the way up overhead. And then as you exhale, release everything right back down. Yeah, let's do this a couple more times. Perfect. And this next time, as you come right back down, this time soles of your feet together, knees apart. Yeah, no worry. Feet together, knees apart, hands right by your sides. So same thing, your arms are going to reach out to the side. And this time as your palms come together overhead, trace the midline, knees come together. And then inhale, draw your arms out as your knees come apart. So your arms are sweeping out and up overhead, palms come together, trace the midline as your knees come together. So you're kind of making this circular like motion. Yeah, so now again, we were stretched out the inner thigh before. Now we're kind of strengthening it a little bit more. Good, yeah, really nice. And then this next time, as your palms come together, knees come together, just gather your knees in towards your chest once again and just move a little bit side to side. Okay, so either rolling right back up or coming into a fetal position and come up into a seat. And this next time, let's extend your right leg straight out to the side. Left leg draws in. So if you have a strap or a kitchen towel, have that handy just in case your low back is feeling a little bit stiff today. Inhale, you're going to reach your arms all the way up overhead, and then as you exhale, side bend over towards the right. So keep your right fingertips onto the ground or onto the block. Left hand behind your head. This first one, inhale, you're going to open your left elbow up and back. Exhale, you're going to lower, close. Inhale, open, and then exhale, lower, close. And just continue to open and close just like that. And you're really focused on the most mobile part of your spine. Okay, and then gradually, as you're getting a little bit more warmed up, another option too is just reaching your left arm open and then exhale, doing this little thread the needle, opening and then closing. You can even do circular like motion. So here, kind of it's a free for all. Whatever that you want and whatever that you need, feel free to add those little movements. Yeah, maybe it's just kind of doing a little more side bending like movement. And this next time, just hold it here for a few moments. Maybe this is a side bend. Maybe you want a little more opening into across the collarbones, and so you're reaching back slightly. So your shoulder blades are kind of drawing towards each other behind you. And then let's make this into a little twist. So your left hand behind you, right hand onto your left knee, lengthen through your spine, and then gently twist. Yeah, try to relax your right glute muscles so it's not clenching. Just try to relax it, let it get a little heavy, yeah? And then here you can start to make really big shakes of the head, looking over your left shoulder, looking over your right. And then slowly as you come right back center, turn towards the outstretched leg, and then hinge your upper body forward. Letting the tailbone get heavy. And here, if you need a little more support, it's okay to grab hold of a strap or long towel, blanket, something, and then lean forward here. Because you'll do a little bit more of lengthening out rather than rounding. And then long inhale as you lift right back up. Switch directions. Left leg extends out, right leg draws in, and same story. Just take a deep inhale, reach your arms up, and then exhale, side bend towards the left. And then just come into movement here. So maybe that's hand behind your head, especially if your shoulders are feeling a little tense. This will kind of keep a lot of tension out of the shoulders. Otherwise, if you want bigger movements, go ahead and go into it. The main thing here is continue to make big movements. Yeah. And then whenever you're ready, feel free to hold this pose. Maybe it's reaching out, maybe it's reaching over, and behind your head. Yeah, just open up into the side body. And then long inhale as you lift right back up, right hand behind you, left hand onto your right knee, lengthen your spine, and then gently twist. And then slowly as you come right back center, turn towards the outstretched shin and then hinge forward. Yeah, with or without the strap. And slowly as you come right back up, set your strap aside if you used it. Soles of your feet together, knees apart, lengthen through spine, and hinge forward, moving a little bit more side to side. And then slowly come right back up. Cross your ankles, roll over your shins, and just come out to hands and knees. So wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath your hips. So fingertips spread wide. Inhale, chin up, chest up, widen across collarbones. Exhale, open up right in between the shoulder blades. And just continue to go up and down here. Yeah, again, getting a little bit more mobile through the spine. But even here, just continue to really think about your core, because you're not really flopping down. There's always a sense of engagement into the core. And then just opening up into the back a little bit more. So as you come back center, round back into a little bit of a cat-like spine and slide your hips towards your heels into a little child's pose. Tap your elbows down and we'll move a little bit before we settle. Bring your palms down and bring your spine back into a neutral position as you come back up to tabletop. Exhale, round back, tap your elbows down towards the floor. Let your tailbone get really heavy. And then inhale, bring your spine back into a neutral position as you come back into a tabletop. And continue to move back and forth here. So again, this one's a little bit stronger than like a big cat-cow movement. Yeah, you're working into a little bit more of tricep work, a little bit more into core work, helping you stabilize a little more. But really feel nice and grounded right underneath your palms, right underneath your knees. You've got to ground before you can really bloom, yeah? So let's just go for one more. Slowly, as you come right back up, extend your right leg straight back, dig the ball of your foot down. You'll just push back, come forward, push back, come forward. Opening up into the calves, opening up into the soles of your feet. Then slowly as you come back center, let's bring your right leg straight out to the side. Right big toe is going to line up with your left knee. Just shift your hips side to side. Might feel a little snap, crackle, pop. Completely fine. Come back center, left hand underneath your face. Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling and just come into this light little twist. Top arm can reach up overhead if that feels okay. Yeah. Okay, and then from here, this next one, a little deeper into the inner thighs. So as you exhale, bring both hands down, flex your left foot up, right foot up towards the ceiling. And you're just gonna make little movements here. So as you exhale, slide your hips back. Inhale, come back center. Exhale, slide your hips back. Inhale, come back center. So just going back and forth. And don't worry about how close your hips come to your heels. Really continue to think about what you're feeling with your inner thigh. I haven't had anyone tell me they don't feel anything with this pose yet. So I'm sure there's some sensation going on, right? And then whenever you're ready, feel free to hold it here. So maybe this is just 2 inches, sliding your hips back. Otherwise, walking your fingertips forward, reaching out. Maybe your elbows are on the ground on the block. Slowly, you'll come right back center, coming into a modified side plank. Bring your right leg straight back behind you. Set your right heel down. Angle your left shin out. Ground down into your left palm as your right arm reaches up. Maybe top arm reaches up overhead, getting a little bit more open here. Those of you wanting a little more back bend, right leg slides back behind you just a couple of inches. Doesn't have to go too far. And your bottom hand, your left hand slides back a couple of inches as well. And now you've got all this room to expand and open up into the front of your body as well as your hip flexors. Good. Yep. And then as you exhale, release your hands and your shins are parallel to one another. Slide into your child's pose. This could be a wide knee version. This could be knees together version. Forehead onto the ground and just move a little bit side to side. Your elbows can be on, I would say you're definitely relax your arms towards the ground. This could be also by the sides too. And then slowly extend both arms all the way forward. Come back up onto hands and knees. Extend your left leg straight back behind you. Dig the ball of your foot down. You'll push back, come forward, push back, come forward. And then now bring your leg straight out to the side, left big toe in line with the right knee, and just move a little bit side to side. Good. Just your hips to one side and then the other. Yeah. Good. And then slowly as you come back center, right hand underneath your face, left arm reaches up overhead, and just pause in this little bit of a twist. And then as you exhale, bring both hands right back down. Flex your left foot skyward. And now as you exhale, just slide your hips back, come forward, slide your hips back, come forward. Easier to see. Yep, there we go. So little movements. And just remember, this is a fresh new side, so you want to treat it completely differently. And then whenever you're ready, you just hold your hips back, walk your fingertips forward, lengthen out. Exhale. And then slowly, as you come right back center, slide your left leg straight back behind you. Set your left heel down, right shin angles out. Ground that into your right palm as your left arm reaches up. Big crack with me. And you can reach your top arm up overhead, or again, if you want a little more of this back bend, bottom hand, outstretched leg moves back a couple of inches behind you, and then open up. Yeah, because this bottom leg is going to act as a little bit more as a support. And then as you exhale, slowly come right back down, wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath your hips, and slide back into child's pose once again, forehead onto the ground, moving your forehead a little bit more side to side, reaching your fingertips forward. Great. Okay, and then this next time, inhale, lift your head up, and then just slide all the way forward onto your bellies. Hands right underneath your shoulders, elbows are pulling in, tops of your feet down. Inhale, lift, low, medium, or high cobra, and then exhale, gently release right back down. Inhale, lift, and then exhale. So this next time, inhale, you can lift and just kind of just hold it here. So imagine that your shoulder blades are hanging down your back like a cape. Yeah, so they're imagine that your shoulder blades are flying behind you like a cape. Yeah. And then as you exhale, slowly release right back down. Stack your hands directly on top of one another. Forehead on top of the stacked hands. Wiggle your hips free, heels to your seat, and just move a little bit side to side. And slowly extend both legs all the way out, hands right underneath your shoulders. Inhale, and you're going to come up into tabletop. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back into down dog, and start to treat out heels, shake out your head. Fingertips again, still spread wide, so you have a lot of groundedness underneath your palms. Let's bring your feet about mat width apart, and then just continue to move a little more side to side. And as you slowly come right back center, walk your hands all the way towards your heels. So you're really pushing down in towards your heels. You can keep your knees soft. Take hold of opposite elbows and just swing a little bit more side to side. So you're looking at your knees the whole time. Demonstrate facing you. And then hands right above your knees. Lengthen halfway. You're going to turn your toes out, bend your knees, sink your seat towards knee level. So you can always draw your feet a little bit wider at this point too. Because again, you want your ankles to be underneath your knees. It's just going to give you a little more support. And then as you exhale, drop right shoulder towards inner left knee. Keep your knees apart. Inhale, come back center, and then switch. So now you're doing a little twist with your upper body. So your lower body stays fairly level. Okay, and then this next time as you come back center, inhale, reach your arms all the way up overhead. Take hold of your right wrist, side bend towards the left. Keep a soft bend in your knees. Inhale, you're gonna come right back up. Take hold of your left wrist, side bend towards the right. Inhale, you're gonna come right back up, release your arms, inhale, roll shoulders up, exhale, roll back. So we're gonna come into 3 lion's breath because it's spring and you just kind of wanna cleanse out things. So as you come into the lion's breath, you're gonna bend your arms to 90 degrees, you're gonna bend your knees to 90 degrees-ish. And lion's breath, just a reminder, is tongue sticking out, roll your eyes upwards and just make a horrible sound. Yeah, so inhale, reach your arms all the way up. And then as you exhale, inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, you're gonna reach your arms all the way upwards. Hands can come behind you and then turn all 10 toes forward. And then as you exhale, bend your right knee as you hinge your upper body forward. So bend right knee. Inhale, you're gonna come right back up. Bend left knee, hinge your upper body forward. Inhale, come right back up. And continue to go side to side. Working to both strengthen and, yeah, lengthen into inner thighs, yeah? And outer thighs at this point. But keep core engaged, even if you are leaning forward, so you're not putting any undue pressure into the low back. Gonna work everything harmoniously, yeah? Along with breath. Even with thoughts, but thoughts are the hardest thing. Can't really think about alignment there, or can't really see it. So just gotta kind of feel it out. This next time, inhale, you're gonna lengthen all the way here, release your arms, roll shoulders up, and exhale, roll back here. Yeah. Now draw your feet hip width and parallel. And since you're still at the back of the mat, you'll just walk all the way forward. And once you're here, roll shoulders up. Exhale, roll them back. So flip your palms forward. Keep your knees really nice and soft. Now, once you're here, you're gonna ground down into your right foot. Let's come into warrior 2. So with warrior 2, as you step your left foot back, turn your shoulders and your hips towards the long edge of your mat, bend through the front knee. So as you reach your arms out, you are thinking of strength of groundedness. So think about really pushing down into your front heel. At the same time, your front knee is coming forward. Yeah, so it's down and forward. So here, your inner thigh should engage. You're gonna reach out and let's bring your hands either clasp behind you or take hold of a kitchen towel or a strap. Hold either end so you have this sense of width across the collarbones, and then hinge your upper body forward at a diagonal. Yeah, reaching out. So even your gaze should be forward at a diagonal. So think of a nice long line from the back of your outer edge of your foot all the way through the crown of your head. And then just as carefully, you're gonna release. You can set your strap aside, reverse your warrior, top arm, your right arm reaches up towards the ceiling, and pause. Watch that your front knee doesn't concave inwards. Keep it really strong, keep it really grounded and anchored for you. Inhale, you're gonna come right back up, straighten out your front leg, reach fingertips forward, forward, forward. Bottom hand comes down as the other arm lifts up. Yeah, top hip can spin down a little bit. That's absolutely fine. Might give your sacrum a little bit of a relief there. And then small, long inhale lifts you right back up. You're gonna lift your right toes up, start with your right hip, turn towards the long edge of your mat, reach your arms all the way up. And now as you exhale, hinge forward. So your hands can land on to a block or a stack of books or directly onto the ground. Lengthen all the way right here, right hand underneath your face, left arm sweeps up. Remember, we were kind of already doing this, right? So your hips don't have to remain perfectly squared towards the floor. Most likely there's a little bit of a shift happening in your left hip. Totally fine. Yeah. And then as you exhale, slowly release right back down and then switch. Maybe top hand on your hip, maybe it's reaching up, whatever that feels the best to you. And then as you exhale, slowly release here, lengthen through spine. And then as you exhale, slowly hinge forward. Okay. You can have your hands onto the ground. Whatever variation that you like. I know some of you really enjoy the variation of grabbing your toes, bend your elbows, and hinge forward. If that is your variation, yeah, definitely go ahead and take that. If the low back is a little bit uncooperative with you today, it's okay to bring your hands onto the block and just kind of hang out here. Because sometimes opening up into the hip flex or the hamstrings, hip flexors too, but hamstrings mainly here, will in turn start to open up a little bit more through the low back. And then hands onto your hips, long inhale lifts you all the way right back up whenever you're ready. Yeah, heel toe your feet in, hop or hop them all the way together and come back to the top of your mat again. Out, because we've got side two. You're going to grab down into your left foot, step back with your right. Remember, warrior two, long stance, yeah? Bend through the front knee, shoulders and hips are barely facing the long edge of your mat. Reach your arms out. Good. Okay, so really think about that anchoring of the legs. You're grounding down into your front heel and drawing your front knee forward at the same time. And this will engage into the inner thigh, help you keep stable. Okay, and then from here, if you want, you can interlace your hands or take hold of a strap or a towel and reach back and then hinge your upper body forward at a little diagonal. So your shoulder blades are drawing down. And then just as carefully as you release, reverse your warrior, top arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Yeah, so that will open up right into the entire side body. So we were kind of doing that sitting down, right, with one leg extended, one knee bent. Same sort of variation. That long inhale lifts you right back up. Then you're going to straighten out your front leg. Your kneecap is still pointing towards the center of your foot. Reach your fingertips forward, forward, forward. Bottom hip comes down as the lifts up. Top hip can roll down. Yeah, there we go. So both sides of your waist are fairly long. Okay, and then just as slowly as you come right back up, lift your left toes all the way up. Start with your hip, turn it forward. So getting a little bit more to the shoulders this time, yeah? Or you can stay with the variation that we did before. Inhale, reach your arms up, exhale, hinge forward, hands onto the block, onto the ground, whatever that you choose. This next time, inhale, you're going to extend through the spine, right hand underneath your face, left arm reaches upwards. Option one here. Option two, especially if you want to stretch out a little bit more through the front of your shoulder, bring your left thumb down, bend your elbow, hook it behind you, and open up this way. So you're not necessarily over twisting. Yeah, you're just kind of feeling out this gentle sensation right into the shoulders, right into the neck. And then as you exhale, slowly unravel, bring your left hand underneath your face. Right arm either reaches up towards the ceiling or right thumb down, bend your elbow, hook it behind you and pause. And as you exhale, slowly unravel, release right back down. You can bend one knee and then the other. So hopefully you're feeling a little bit more open. Yeah, especially around the area that was tense before. It's kind of like spring cleaning, right? You've got to clear things out. You got to open things up before you can let in more things. Hands onto your hips. Long inhale lifts you right back up. Inhale, roll shoulders up. Exhale, roll them right back. You're going to draw your feet in or hop them together. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, rolling them right back. Okay, so on our springtime, you're going to come into tree pose. So you're going to ground down into your right foot, left sole of your foot comes onto the ankle, shin right above the knee. Hips are steady. Again, find that groundedness that you've been exploring all throughout class, actually. You're really pressing down into your feet. At the same time, have this sense of extension. Bring your palms together. And then slowly, if you want, you can bloom out into a nice cherry blossoms. That's really nice. It looks a little bit like softer, warmer snow. Softer is necessarily a good word for that, but warmer snow. And then as you exhale, bring your palms together. Yeah, and then just pause right here, coming into the Lotus Mudra. So pinky, thumb fingers together. Bring your ring finger, middle finger, and forefinger away, and pause here with this nice little bloom. And then as you exhale, set your both feet right back down, and pause right there. So side two, you're gonna ground down into your left foot, right sole of your foot onto the ankle, shin right above the knee. Hips are steady. Bring your palms together. You can stay right here or reach your arms all the way up overhead. So this is kind of what I was talking about. Got to really steady and ground down before you can kind of reach and open a little bit more and being able to play a little bit more with your arms, with fingertips. And then whenever you're ready, bring your palms together and then maybe come into a little Lotus Mudra. This one aligns a little bit more with of the heart chakra, with a little bit more of emotions. And then as you exhale, bring your palms together, set both feet right back down. And again, come into this groundedness, mountain pose. Knees are soft, palms are forward. Yeah. Shoulder blades still hanging down your back like capes. Good. And then this next inhale, you're gonna reach your arms out and up. Knees are soft. Exhale, hinge all the way forward. Keep your knees again still quite soft. Hands above or below your knees. Inhale halfway. Exhale, forward fold. You're going to plant down into the ground, step back into your down dog. Those of you who want to flow, feel free to come into a flow. That's knees, chest, chin, and come up into low, medium, or high cobra or up dog. Back into your down dog. And then as you exhale, set your knees down. Lengthen your right arm all the way up towards the ceiling. And let's come into a thread the needle. Bring your right arm behind your left. Set the wrist, shoulder, and side of the head down to the ground. You can keep your palms next to your face. You can reach it up overhead. Hips are right above your knees. Hips are still level. Good. So you're opening up right in between shoulder blades. And then slowly slide your left palm next to your face, reach your right arm all the way up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands right back down. And the same thing with your left arm, reach it up. And then exhale, bring it behind the right. Set your wrist, shoulder, and side of the head down to the ground. And whatever variation that you like, yeah. Last one, I forgot to mention the bind is also a great option too. So feel free to come into that bind. Yeah, so your left arm reaches, wrist, shoulder, side of the head down. Palm can be right next to your face. Reach it up or come into that one. Yeah.
Good, and then whenever you're ready, slide your right palm next to your face and reach your left arm up. Exhale, release right back down, and then slide your hips back into child's pose. So you can keep your elbows down, forehead onto the ground, or bring your hands right next to your sides and move a little bit side to side. So hopefully, even child's pose feeling a little bit better than it was at the beginning. Slowly, when you're ready, rolling up and come all the way onto your backs again and bring the knees to your chest again, coming into child's pose on your back. Okay, and then when you're ready, setting your feet down and come into a reclined twist. So right leg can go over your left, knees to the left. You can reach your arms out, or whatever variation. Some of you, I think, might enjoy pulling your knees to your chest, keeping your knees side to side, and going to the left. If you need any support, you don't want to feel this as if you're tugging in the low back, place a blanket or a pillow right underneath your knees on the left side. Or place something in between your knees, and that'll also alleviate pressure on the sacrum low back as well. Good, and then whenever you're ready, feel free to switch your knees to the opposite side as well. And then pause, yeah. Good, and then as you slowly come right back center, come into a happy baby, hands to the instep or the outside of your feet, and just move a little bit side to side. Yeah, again, this could be a similar variation that you did beginning of class, might feel quite differently. If you need more support, place the strap across both arches of your feet. You can hold either end of the strap and just move a little more side to side. Yeah. Good, and if you feel pretty complete, feel free to slide into your Shavasana. Now legs extended, palms up. So take a deep inhale here and a deep exhale all the way out. your eyes closed and start to wiggle toes and fingers. Deep inhale and exhale all the way out. You can reach your arms all the way up overhead. Then when you're ready, you bring your knees in towards your chest and just move a little bit side to side. Either rolling up to one side or just roll up. Both shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale, roll them back. Next inhale, reach your arms out and up. Palms come together and trace the midline. Let's take a deep inhale here. A deep exhale all the way out. One last one in and out. Love and gratitude. Namaste.